everybody. I'm about 5 minutes early today. Just listening to the Serengeti that the lion sound's going today. To talk today about the Lionsgate that everybody's buzzing about. Now, I think that this sort of thing is exactly as powerful as you make it. And I think I've made it in a kind of a unique way today, and I wanted to share that with you. That maybe other weirdos can get out of it something like me, or in your own way, which is what the theme is of today. I wanted to show you as well. So, just going along with my theme as I have been. So, I went to a local brewery recently and I got about 7 different flavors of unique beers to try. And today's, I decided on the Lucky Can, the Shamrock Shake is the lucky one for today. And if you think drinking beer, just one, on a live stream is low vibe, then maybe this stream is for you especially. So this one, a Shamrock Shake Cream Ale brewed with mint, cotton candy, vanilla, and of course, we're all allowed to decide what low and high vibe means for us, I suppose. So, can't say that's my favorite of the choices that I've had, but it's got that Shamrock Luck energy about it, so can't complain about that. I'm gonna turn my Serengeti down just a little bit. So, guys, all right, let's talk. Last year, this time, things were much different a year ago, but I celebrated the Lion's Gate either way. And so I made this art and I share it with you now. I do have a Lionsgate spell on my page as well. This is a spell. But let's reaffirm it now. Why not? 8-8 Lionsgate. You found the door, so open it. And I think I have, in my own way. And so I've got something unique to say. Maybe. Last year, I had just done a juice detox right on the Lionsgate season. Juice Journey 2. And I think that the detox bit isn't necessarily necessary. I found just as much benefit, if not more, from simply adding vegetable juice into your everyday nutritional dietary plan. I find that that's actually better than starving yourself and trying to cleanse with one. Also, last year I wrote, I'd like to move away from too many to-dos lists. I'd like a more balanced focus in my bullet journals. To-do lists help me form my day, but I think the years of to-dos have begun to bore me. I want to unbox my days. And luckily for me, I think I'm well on my way. So let's talk a bit more about the Lionsgate and the experience I had today. So first of all, my main plan for the day was that I wanted to try and limit my digital use. So I wanted to limit video games, phone, computer, screen time for 8/8 Lionsgate today. My intention has been to return my energy back to me. And so I kind of gave myself just a light digital detox, just a light one. I still have been watching some relevant videos today, relevant to my life and this sense of community or spirituality, I suppose. But other than that, I've kept it very grounded. I've been cooking. Um, I planted a tree, which I'll show you guys later. Um, let's see. I bought some more groceries. Very grounding sort of activity for today. And then I did my own meditation activation from a neo-gonzo journalist of sorts, you could say. Did kind of an interesting story time type meditation, which is interesting because I was thinking of doing something similar, but in my own way. So perhaps that was maybe an idea or a little nudge or something to that effect, anyway. So I did take a couple notes just to keep myself straight. Let your inner lion roar. So today, I did this activation meditation live with a group of people. And I found myself in this state of just like, it was good, sinking into it. But as the meditation was going along, I noticed this just like agitation in my belly, sparking her. This agitation. And I was like, what is this? And I sunk deeper in and I realized that the agitation was some inner lion voice saying, I want to do something. I want to do something. There are things to be done because I had other plans. I have other plans for this day beyond the meditation, which went on for so long. It was good though, not to complain. I'm grateful. But my lion was getting a bit impatient with it. And I realized that I was like, it's a thing that wants to do things, because I think that I've been sitting in this state of quiet meditation for quite some time. And so my inner lion just has some stuff to get done. So I did want to tell you. So I'm going through this meditation. I fall into it. In this meditation, you meet Merlin. Talk to him for a time. Dipping into the pool, swimming across to the aisle. And there, you find a lion. Your spirit lion, you could say. And if the very first thing that I noticed about him was he was incredibly grumpy. He gave me this message, this sense of being trapped and locked up for far too long a time. And so, with the meditation and lately, I have been letting him start roaring. So I go up to him, and this is where the first real activation moment started happening, I think. Where he's guiding you through and he's saying, The speaker takes on the voice of the lion, and he says, remember who you are. And I just burst out laughing as images of Mufasa come floating through my mind. Remember. When the grump breaks into a laugh. What a powerful moment to have. And so I meet with this lion and we have a very matter-of-fact conversation. In fact, this is the strange way that I connect with spirit, honestly. Very matter-of-factly, just talking, hey, And I start talking to him and about the agitation. And I realized, look, man, we just want to get going, There are so many things to be done. And that is the moment where I turn to the passive meditation into an active one. I started doing things, cleaning up, finished up with my food because I had been cooking when the meditation unexpectedly found its way to me, or semi unexpectedly. I suppose it was on the radar, but the timing, maybe not. So I meet this lion and I just feel his immense agitation at being locked up, and he just has so much to get done. He's got so much he wants to do. And even just sitting there through this calming meditation, he's like, come on, come on, come on. As I myself am feeling. And so we get swimming back across the pond. And there on the other side is Merlin, waiting again. So I get out of the pond and I speak to Merlin, shaking it off with a laugh. And Merlin asks me, how's it going? And I go, hey, Merlin, you see that super grumpy lion over there? Oh, and once again, I let out a big belly laugh to address the spirits in such way. But I do think it was right for me. And so, an unexpected sense of spirituality, That maybe it gets a little serious sometimes. It can get a little bit too much. But when you get a little laugh in there, it really lightens the situation up. Well, let's see. Then after that, you yourself were to transform into a lion, and I found myself to be a lion with a lady mane as the thumbnail, a pink etheric one. Envisioning myself as this kind of like light pale lion with an etheric, miasmic pink mane. I don't know. I thought that was something rather fun. And envisioning everybody else's lion as we stood there together, as the meditation guider was saying. And by the time we finished, although the impatience was intense, it's just because I feel that the way of this lion is an active one, a being of taking action. Because I've been meditating way too long. Next phase. next phase can begin. Yeah. And so I left a comment in the chat, not necessarily expecting it to be seen. I'm always surprised when people notice. And he asked how we were feeling, and I put like a grumpy lion set free. And I like my grump of a lion, you know? He's been protecting me. Quieting him has caused quite a lot of pain. But lately I've been standing up for more of who I am. With good results. A happy change. Truth be told, my lion is a bit scary, admittedly. She has quite an angry roar when you mess with her person. And so I kept her or him. I suppose both are in me, it would seem, according to that meditation. It would seem that I've locked them, perhaps in a way that they weren't deserving. But I've been letting it roar and letting it free, feeling much less afraid of whether people even like me. And it's weird, you know, because I would say people like me less now than ever before. Or when I cared so much more, was a bit of a people pleaser. People did like that more, you know. And I haven't even stepped that far off, you know. All I did was reclaim myself and say, hey, this is who I am. You can't keep making me feel bad for being this way. You can't make me feel inferior just because you're angry or you don't think that I fit in the way that I should, you know? If that's even as it is. Perhaps that's just a projection, you know? And an unnecessary one at that. I suppose I'll have to ponder that. But I've noticed as I've put new boundaries in place and said, hey, this is actually how I would prefer to be treated. Hey, actually, I think this is how my value system is set. It has caused a bit of a stir, I'll admit. But you know what? I'm not afraid of it because at least I'm sticking up for myself, you know, and how I actually feel. And I'm just trying to trust that even though I don't quite fit in snugly in either world, I think maybe that's the way to fit in for this girl. I think. Because when I look back on my life, that seems a recurring theme, you know, that people say a thing and think a thing, and I say, hey, that sounds strange. I don't know if I think that, but just to fit in or just to keep the peace, I zip my lip and throw away the key, or you know, at least give the benefit of the doubt anyway. And I think that was needed. I think that was a good way to start, because if I would have been too critical to begin with, as I tried to be, I couldn't have unlocked other interesting facets of me. A viewpoint between worlds, standing up for a truth that I can see. Yeah. Because, truth be told, there is a bit of magic to this life, I think. I've seen it to be so, that there's something strange going on here. Be it spirit or simulation or whatever you have it. And yet, there's not. and yet there's not. And that's the thing that I've recently unlocked. You know? Call this a hot take. I might expand on it in the future. But I've had a secondary thought about what initiation means, or the matrix if you want to take it there. A new thought. Maybe later I can better explain it. But I wrote in my notes earlier, maybe people that are obsessed with this idea of the matrix are the ones who are still stuck in it. Ironically, yet then again, makes sense to me. Because I noticed that that type of world, as has been revealed over the past 2 years specifically, it's one that you have to constantly be reinforcing that world, that identity. You have to constantly be reinforcing the ideas and finding ways to support it constantly, you know? Because if not, it starts to slip a little bit, you know? If not, the real starts to slip in and starts to get you wondering, you know? Or at least that's what I've been experiencing. And I used to be afraid of bringing this up because some of my friends consider that normie talk. But I've noticed something really ironic lately where some of the sheeplest people that I know talk an awful lot about sheeple. It's very ironic, honestly, where they're so caught up in this certain point of view that they don't seem to realize the way they're just echoing around, you know, caught up in it, circling around. And I say this as someone who is circled in it too. But over the past 2 years, one thing after the next, after the next, after the next, kind of broke it open and revealed the truth of it, you know? Fascinating to me to see the way perhaps you get caught in the trap of your own initiation, your own shadow, your own wonderland. But how do you expect to step into the real if you're just spinning in fantasy land, in Hollywood world, looking for little bits of pieces of the answer, you know, little bits of truth that Hollywood has slipped in. And I used to agree or at least entertain that sort of thing. But recently I've been released from these unsustainable logic loops because I think that the real answer is much more interesting and strange than that. And I think people that are caught in ideas such as that are reinforcing their own enslavement, quite ironically. Who does it serve for you to believe there's some shadowy, enigmatic Illuminati force controlling everything? Only them, you know? It really only serves them for you to believe such a thing. And so the weaving gets you caught and sustains them. There's a hot take if you believe in that sort of thing. Or at least that's what I've been seeing. Once you've seen the irony around you, you can't go back. Once you've seen the ways the logic isn't quite clicking, it's hard to stay engaged with that kind of thing, you know? I understand how it happens. I've had a very inside point of view. But again and again and again, it was revealed that the people who believe those things in my life are always wrong. But they think they're right by taking this piece here and this piece and splashing it together and saying, there, conclusion, right? Uh, I'm not sure it is so right. And I feel that's part of the lion that's been awakened recently. Because when I first started my journey into this new age kind of spirituality several years ago, there was that little lion voice that was like, hey, things about this seem a little strange. I'm not sure about this, you know. But my friends were so angry that I would even suggest such a normie type of thing. So I buried that in and thought, well, they must know better. They seem to think they know the right thing. But time and time again, shaman and empaths and people that I handed my personal power over to because I thought they knew better than me were scamming me or wrong or perverted in all kinds of ways. And over this past year and a half specifically, I watched a community devolve before me, started noticing the ways that people that are obviously incorrect were parroting certain kinds of freedom narratives. I noticed that a different group, a group that I was a part of, was parroting those exact same things. And that's when I realized it's the same propaganda being fed to them, just in slightly different packaging. And so I've stepped into a more real, one where the parameters are even less set. Because I do believe in spirit, but I don't believe in that. Not anymore. Because I've had evidence directly countering it again and again. Somebody thought I was part of the Illuminati for a time because I worked for a concert venue and a newspaper. And let me tell you, my friends, I thought the same thing too. I kept my eyes out for little signs and symbols, things that could show some sort of secret group, you know, reveal to me that truth. And I got little breadcrumbs here and there, you know, that made me think, ah ha ha, maybe. And then I had somebody who later came out of the woodworks as a QAnoner feeding me some other interesting things. But if you think Q had the truth, you are very confused. I'm not saying there's nothing to it, but when you're parroting the same things that troll that wants to watch the world burn says, I don't know, maybe you gotta take a second look, or at least that's what I was feeling. So as I said, there were a few things that I was like, could this be? But every single time I feel it was revealed that that was simply nothing or pageantry, that I was seeing what I wanted to see. And especially once my friends started thinking such things of me, that's what really made it clear, you know, that they'll put the pieces together however they want to see what they want to see. And I have been noticing that going on around me. Uh, Now I can't go back, unfortunately. Yeah. And so now I have a new theory based on, because there are a few other people in my life who went through this same journey that I've been through as well, where they feel like they were in it and then they got pulled away from the edge at the exact right moment. And I think that's what happened to me, is I think if you get stuck in that initiation phase, you can stay there your whole life unless you find a way to get a different viewpoint and step out of that box. It feels a lot better here. That's all I know about that. It's a much more powerful position to be in. Instead of giving your power away to some shadowy beings. Now, I'm not saying that there aren't bad men out there. Rich people take advantage all the time. And there are sick things out there going on. I'm not discounting that. But I am hoping that maybe somebody sees this and it gives them a second thought, How isn't it interesting, or wouldn't it be funny if the whole time you think you found the secret answer hidden, you're just caught in your own wheel spinning? Seems to be the case from what I've seen, from my experience as well. Luckily for me, I had enough real life people that would check me time and time again. And I had to realize that they were right, that the logic wasn't exactly sound. If in the end, all you can say is that's what they want you to think, that's a very circular logic. And there's really not a way to get beyond that, really. And that's not a good line of logic to follow, I don't think. In the past, I would have been more willing to do so. But these days, I've moved into a whole new world. And so, to continue, I had some other stories to share with you. And in fact, I'll show you the plant that I bought today. Today, my day where I tried to limit myself on certain kinds of technology. So I bought this money tree. Because it reminded me a little bit of me. Hi, guy. Look at this cute guy. You see the way they're all wrapped like that? It's super cute. But I got a money tree. It was poking out the edge. It was falling over. Some of the leaves are a little worse for wear. But you know what? I wasn't about to sit there and look for a more perfect one, Not when this one was calling, And if there's one thing that I've learned lately, it's that things don't have to be perfect to be good. Or at least that's one of the themes I'm exploring at this time. Things don't have to be perfect to be good. I told you a little bit about my experiment last time, where I was there's this trend on TikTok of the 369 manifestation, and how you write it 3 times your intention, 3 times in the morning, 6 times in the afternoon, and 9 in the evening. And I showed you this one, and trying to I want to keep my intentions secret so that when it happens, I can show you then. But yeah, I misspelled the word manifestation because, truth be told, I have outsourced part of my spell checker to online at this point. But I knew when I wrote it, that's the thing, is when I wrote it, I was like, wait, that's not right. I kept it rather than trying to fix it because I figured, you know what, it's fine. You don't got to be perfect to get things working. And so when I started this new page here, I'll show you guys this one too. You see how cute? And I wrote that little message at top there. I can't always tell how clear it is for you guys, but it says, it doesn't have to be perfect for the magic to work. And I believe in that. I believe in that, or at least I'm working on it. I'm setting myself free in that way. And there's one that I started for today. I put my Lionsgate one on there. I think that one's really cute. I like that. Nice. I like it. I think it's cute. You don't have to be perfect for things to go right. That's something I'm trying to teach myself because of this feeling of the shoe dropping. Oh yeah, hi, Stoned Boy J. Heck yeah, Nikola Tesla 369. If you have more information, Jay, then please enlighten me more, because I don't know that much about the 369. I do know that, yeah, Tesla does get talked about a lot, and I know that it's, you know, incremental frequencies and things such as that. But I'd be happy to hear your perspective if you want to share. Let's see other things. A story from, so yesterday I met up with a friend, went to an ice cream shop or a gelato shop down the road, and had a really lovely time. And I had this really interesting experience afterwards that I wanted to talk about just because it was very cute and I liked it. So after that, we parted ways, and I was like still walking around. This is kind of like a hustle and bustle part of the city for me, of my city, and it was alive with energy and people and fun, you know, on this specific strip. But that's got a bunch of like bars and restaurants and fun things. So I just decided to walk around. And as I was walking back, I noticed these two kids come like running up behind me. And I'm like, okay, what's going on? And it's like, all of a sudden, I'm walking down the road and I have these two children just like skipping behind me, like right on my heels. And I say to myself, what is going on with this, you know? And then even more kids carried on in the line, following behind. And I had this whole parade of children following behind me in the end. And it was very, I was wearing a yellow t-shirt and bright pink shorts, and my hair is bright pink. So I'm sure I was quite a spectacle to enjoy for them. And it was just, I don't know. There was something that sparked it for me that I really enjoyed. Because there was these group kids, and so I'm at the stop walk, and so I just push the button, and they're just all huddled around me, and I'm like, where are their parents? What is going on? And so I look over at this poster of a lost cat, and I just go, oh, that's sad. And all of the kids immediately go rushing up, and they're like, oh, lost cat, look how cute it is. I don't know. Honestly, I probably should have talked to them, spoken up a bit, but I was feeling a bit shy. There were so many of them, and they were just so cute and piled around. And so I'm just waiting for the light to change. And then their parents call back like, come on, guys, what are you doing? You know? And I had to wonder the same thing, you know, what were they doing? Why were they following me? You know, maybe that's just what happens when you're a little bit of a cartoon character walking around in real life. And I wanted to share that with somebody just because it was very cute. All right, other things to go over. Of course, I've got I think I showed you guys my bullet journal last time, but we'll just show it again. You've got the gold peeking out of the shadows, the clouds. And that's the theme for August this time. Let's see. Here. Well, let me cover up the rest of my itinerary for you guys, but I did kind of do a little bit of a... See, I did that. Look at... I did this little drawing today and just, I don't know. I think it's fun to do that kind of thing. Oh, also, last time I had finished my other journal, and I got another one too. Okay, so I finished my journal last time, and so I started one anew. So this is actually a part of a 3-pack set. So I'll fill each of these up. They're small, so these ones shouldn't take too long, but look how fun that is. It's got that sort of gold foil, and the gold is one of the themes for the month, or the year of 2021. Oh, hi. Let's see. Who do we have in the chat right now? Vucky. Hey, yo, Vucky. Welcome. This is Sam's on, just chatting in her room. So welcome. I planted a money tree today for the activation because I saved this one. The imperfect one, I saved it because you don't have to be perfect to be good, and you don't have to be perfect for the magic to work, as is a theme I'm exploring. And so I started this new journal, and in fact, that is what I wrote in the front page the other day. You can kind of see that. Sometimes I can't tell if it's blurry for you guys. Maybe I need to get some different lenses or something. It doesn't need to be perfect for the magic to work. 369. And then I drew a little fortune cookie. Just because I have a special connection with fortune cookies. Ooh, I even have one. I guess I could open it on stream. In fact, maybe I will do that. That might be fun. It might be in the spirit of the Lionsgate time. Also, I finished my other journal, and I'm almost done with this one as well. This is my health tracker journal I've been talking to you guys about. Each of these pages is 1 week, and I am on the last week of my health tracker. This is week 76. So I've done more than 76 weeks worth of health tracking, though, because before I had this, I was just doing daily health trackers on basically just scraps of paper. So I've probably been tracking my health goals for 3 years, maybe a little bit more. I suggest it, and to fall in line with that idea of not being perfect. Don't be so hard on yourself if you do a day and you only get like one of your goals done or something like that. That's fine. That's fine. It's a health tracker. It's just there to help you track where you're at, And if you just keep working on it, incremental changes can make a big difference. So keep at it. You never know where you'll be in a few years from where you start this kind of thing, because I'm in a whole different position now. I'm a much better one at that. So I suggest it. All right. Allow me to go get, I'll be back in like 7 seconds-ish, as I'm going to go get that final fortune cookie to open with you guys. All right. 7 seconds was a very specific time to choose, but I don't know how close I was to that. I was probably faster. I don't know. Depends on if you timed me getting up. It depends on if you started it right when I finished that sentence or not. So, guys, I have this personal superstition or a fun game I like to play with myself where I like to eat the cookie first before I read the fortune. I don't think anybody else does this that I know of, but it's just something fun that I do. Because I think I tell myself if I eat the whole cookie first, then it just makes the fortune even more strong. So go ahead and use that spell if you like it. I like it. I'm sorry if this is turning into Cookie Crunch ASMR right now. Hopefully you like that. Or hopefully at least it's not too offensive. I feel the fortune. Okay. Haven't read it yet. Just got the back facing towards me. Wash it down with a lucky beer. Just a little bit of one. For extra luck. All right. Let's see what it says. And it says, you will succeed in whatever calling you adopt. And you can have that. You can have this fortune too, whoever watches this. This fortune is for us, you guys. This is our fortune. Oh my gosh, can you even read that? Ugh, I really got to figure out my camera situation a bit better. Me? Can you read that? Probably not. But just take my word for it. It says, you will succeed in whatever calling you adopt. So, a nice open-ended one at that, you know? Yeah. Whew. Is there anything else that I wanted to go over today? I think I've caught up on it. I think that's all I really needed to say or wanted to say, you could say. But I wish you all the best 8 Lionsgate portal, and I'll finish perhaps one more time with the spell. This was from last year's bullet journal, actually. That one's real nice. Ooh, that's interesting. That means that gold was technically the theme for 2020 as well. I had gold on it the whole time. And in this one, I've been using the color gold in all of my themes. So, interesting. And so, one more time, just to call it a day. Oh, what resolution is my camera? Excellent question. It's just the camera on my laptop. So I think it gets HD. I think it does. Do you have a good tip for me, Vucky? Because if so, clearly need it. Yeah, this is just my laptop camera. I considered getting an actual camera, But I feel like I should, I don't know, get my feet on the ground a bit better with this one before making a much larger purchase. But I was thinking of getting like, I know that you can get some lenses and things for your phone and like tablets and things. So I was thinking of maybe experimenting with that and just see if I could get a better visual experience going on. I try to make it real cozy here for you guys. I try to make it nice. Hang out with Zog on the bed, just chatting about life experience. So thank you though for your input or uh, your uh, your thought. And yes, I'm sorry I don't know that much about cameras. That's the reason why I never picked one up, is I realized I would have to be learning a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? I realized that it would be quite the learning curve for me to begin. So I'm doing this because you don't need to be perfect to do your own thing. That's the thing. All right. So to finish, I did also want to share with you guys, I got this adorable pencil case. It's in my colors. So I saw it and I could not resist. And so I did not. But yes, it is in my colors. It's got flowers on it. I keep all of my bullet journal stuff in there, and it's been very nice. Because before I just kind of kept them, you know, have a spot for it, but it's even nicer to keep it all together, quite frankly. And to finish it off with the sounds of the Serengeti, let me move that closer to end so we can all get roaring, my friend. I drew this little drawing. I do little drawings as well. So if you want to see more of my art, you can check me out on Instagram. Oh, let me give you a little, that's one more thing we'll do before we close out too. Little art preview. Okay, little art preview. Which one do I want to preview, you guys? I want to preview this one. So I gave some other previews last time, but I'll just give you little previews. Little poems, little drawings, because that is what a Samzog does. Little preview. Also part of this Lionsgate. Interesting timing, actually, because I didn't actually plan this. It just kind of happened this way, where I've been a little quiet on Instagram as I've been regathering myself, you could say. But now I have a whole bunch of things, and I'm going to start sharing that tomorrow. Tomorrow, you guys. Wow. I'm both excited and nervous to continue the content plunge. But I feel refreshed, you know. My inner lion is grumping around and having her say, and having a laugh at that. Interestingly, the two things entwine in some way. And so, here's another little slip that fell out. Today's date, 1999, 1999, 1999. I just kept this because I thought it was an interesting piece of scrap paper that I found on the ground. And I actually started a bit of art I started this art and I'm gonna paste it in the middle. So there, technically you got two little art previews there. Of course, I've only been making this art piece since last year, but inking it, then I moved on. I'm going to ink it very soon. All right, and now to set the stream with the Lionsgate spell. Once more. Also, I do have a video of this on my channel as well if you want to look at it again or something. It's there. 8-8. Lionsgate. You found the door. So open it. And so, with that, may your inner lion roar. Plant your little acorn. 8-8, Lionsgate. You found the door. So open it. Bye.